Hi guys, welcome to a journal with me video. I am going to be doing a journals page, an autumnal inspired journal page, and I'm going to be using the Brimbles Autumn Collection, the Amazing Autumn Fabulous Fall. I'm going to be just journaling a little bit about my love of tea because, guys, I really do love my tea. The journal that I'm using is a Sea White of Brighton. It's Sea White of Brighton sketchbook. It's 195mm square. I flipping love this thing. I love it to pieces. And the fox picture that you saw, that was already on the page. That was an illustration that I did for my Patreons. I did a tutorial on how to draw him, and we were just sort of like looking at my sort of style of illustration. So if you're interested in learning how to draw him for yourself, then check out my Patreon. The links are below, and yeah, and you can access that. So I didn't like the fact that the page was like a really stark white. I wanted to kind of give it a little bit of a colour, but not too much colour. So I'm just using, these are all the Prima watercolour sets. As you guys know, I sell those in my online shop, and I do flipping love them. And I've used a couple of palettes. I've used the Odyssey, the Essence, and Pastel Dreams, I think it was. So just using a few of like the yellows and the oranges and just kind of like splatting them down on the page. I'm not really worried about them looking precise because I don't want that. I want a mottled background, and I just use some kitchen towel just to like mop up the excess, because I just want like a little subtle colour in the background that's kind of got like a little mottled look. And I particularly make sure that I soak up all the water that's going down into that spine, because I don't want it to kind of eat away there at the binding and at the stitching and become like a weak point, you know. So yeah, make sure that's really nice and dry. So I love this tea, the Taylor's Spiced Apple. I really love this tea, and I only drink it in autumn, and I don't drink it loads because it's only Waitrose I found in my area that sell it. But I wanted to like put it in my journal and document it, so I've been saving a couple of the tea packets, and I printed off some photos of me with some of my favourite mugs. I love my autumnal mugs. I do have an autumnal mug collection, and I absolutely adore them. My favourite time of the year when they come out. So my idea is to use one of my little photos and to put it inside the tea packet so that it's kind of hidden, but it's inside like a pocket. So the photos they're 2 by 3 inches, and I created them using the Photo Grid app on my iPhone, and then printed them out with my selfie. And I just backed the photo onto one of the Project Life cards from the Amazing Autumn collection. All the bits and bobs that you see are from that one collection. So I won't keep saying it because you guys know where they're from. I love tabs. Love using tabs. It's no secret. I'm always saying that I love using tabs. And I like to use a tab to kind of signify like an interactive element. So I'm just putting the tab on top of the little photo, so that when it goes into the tea bag pocket, you can see the little tab sticking out, so you kind of know to pull it out, if you see what I mean. And I love how the rose hips looks on the back. It's kind of a really good design. I liked, if I do say so myself, you know, I created it. But yeah, I really like how that looked. So I found that the tea bag was slightly too big, so I cut it down. I was kind of a little bit bummed. The reason I'd kept a few of them is because I'd ripped them really nicely, and I wanted to have that like jagged edge to the top. But then I realised it was actually a bit too big, so I cut it down. I didn't rip it again because I didn't want to rip off the tailor's bit. I didn't want to rip off any of the writing, so I cut it down, and that's okay. It actually looks really nice as it is, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Sometimes I spend quite a lot of time just playing around, just kind of like going backwards and forwards, umming and ahhing about whether I should put it here, whether I should put it there. And it's just really interesting. I'd love to know what you think, because I do watch journaling, like Journal With Me videos, which I love to watch. And sometimes I'm watching people do that and I'm like, oh, no, I wouldn't have put it there. No, it looks better. It looks better there. Oh, why didn't they just put it there? Like, and I just wonder whether you do the same. Like, you know, you'll see in a minute that I kind of and ah whether to stick the tea bag straight down onto the page or whether to back it onto a journal card as a tip-in. I really, really wanted to use this journal card. I if I do say so myself, I do love him, the Cold Hands Warm Tea. And I really wanted to use him. As you saw then, I took a sip of my tea and it was like, so I was drinking pucker tea, the wild apple and cinnamon, something like that. And as I was drinking that tea, the little tag of the tea bag fell off, and I thought that was quite amazing. It was like, because that is my, if I can't get the Taylor's Spiced Apple, that is my autumnal fallback tea. And it was kind of weird. It was kind of like, it was like the tea saying, I want to be included too. So yeah, I thought it was really quite cool that the tag fell off, and I was like, this means I have to stick that down now. So I did, and I think it looks really nice. I did like a little collage cluster. But yeah, I really wanted to use that Project Life card because I do like it. But I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I put it here? Do I put la 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 la? I covered up the foxtail a little bit, but I didn't want to like stick a massive journal card down and you know, cover it up loads. Yeah, so just kind of sticking down a few die cuts and making a nice little collage piece. I stuck my Project Life, my journal card, into my journal, and I really liked it. I was just kind of in the zone, you know, like I was chilled out and I was enjoying what I was doing. I am a little bit OCD with washi tape. I do have to like colours when I'm doing a tip in like that. I do have to cut the tops so that they're nice and straight, otherwise it bugs me. And then I was like, so I stuck the card in. I was like, oh yeah, the card on the back's blank. Yeah, so it does become a little bit awkward to create on the back of the card because I'd already stuck it in. Don't know what I was thinking there. As I said, I was like totally in the moment. Now I do have another picture of myself. I know, like, you're so vain. So basically I printed out, because I knew I wanted to do a journal page about tea. And so I'd already printed out a photo of me drinking tea, and then I forgot that I did that, and so I forgot I did that, and so I printed out some more, and then like when I was collating my photos ready to do my journaling, I was like, oh, I've got two of the same, and I was like, if I don't stick it down somewhere, it is just gonna get lost, you know. It's like, what am I gonna do with a 2 by 3 inch photo? So I thought, do you know what, I'm just gonna stick it down anyway and have 2 photos of me drinking tea. To be fair, the 2 photos do have different mugs, so it does show 2 of my different autumnal mugs, 2 of my favourite autumnal mugs, so that's okay. And as you saw, I kind of did the same thing with the back of the journal card as I did to the journal page. I accidentally tipped one of the journal cards onto it, and interesting, like, because the water, it was really wet, as you saw. Some of the dye, some of the ink came off the card, but I actually really liked it because it kind of then gave the like a subtle impression of the rose hips. I do end up covering it over, which is a bit of a shame, but yeah, I kind of liked how it looked, but I did want to cover it over, so yeah. I put a sticker down, and then I decided I didn't like it, so I chose a different sticker. Hot drinks kind of day. But every day in autumn is a hot drinks kind of day for me. So, but I liked the sticker. It was a sticker I designed. I liked it. It's all about the tea. You know, it's all about the tea. That should be like on a t-shirt or something, like, it's all about the tea. Yeah, anyway, I should probably just like play some music and just stop talking. To put a bit of detail on the page because I felt like to the left of the fox was a little bit bare, so I have this Staedtler. It's like a biro. Lovely friend Mona from Germany, she bought me a pack of them, and to be honest, I don't really use the brown one. I've never really used the brown one because I've never really, I don't know, I never really felt like an attachment to the brown biro, which is weird really because it is quite a kind of cool colour. Anyway, I grabbed it and I literally just did a few scribbles and a few doodles, as you can see in the background, and I really like it, and I've kind of now found a love for the brown biro. Why don't people write in brown? Like, I don't know. And I think it's really quite nice. It's kind of got a nice little subtle look to the background. It was just missing something in my opinion, you know, so I just like how it looks in the background. I did start to write with the pen and do my journaling with the pen, but I decided that it didn't look right. The writing didn't look right in brown, so I did switch to black. It's probably would be fine on a white page rather than the watercolored page. It didn't my journaling didn't stand out enough on the watercolored page in brown, so I went over to the black and it looks a lot better. I just use a biro, and you know, I very often do use a biro of some sorts in my journaling because they're waterproof. But yeah, so yeah, just finishing up the page now. I really hope you've enjoyed having a look at my journal pages and how they come about, and giving you some inspiration on how to perhaps use the kit. If you've got the collection and you've been hoarding it for a while and you're not really sure how to use it, then hopefully this has given you some ideas. If you are a tea drinker like me, then maybe you'd like to consider saving your tea packet and making like a cute little pocket on your journal. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.